Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Things seem to be a little more relaxed out there in the world, but we're still wear face masks everywhere here. And yesterday, Friday, is usually when we go shopping. And Mom got the flyer, which we haven't even been getting flyers, but we got the flyer for, there's 2 stores you can get at Orchids here. You can get them at the top of the hill, which is Askew's. It's a local chain that has 4 stores total. And you can get them there, or Save On. And Save On put out this flyer, and they said, free 6-inch orchid, $27.99. Or free with so many points. And they also had the small one for $19.99, 4-inch. And seeing we were going shopping there, I thought I'd check them. Well, they either didn't get their shipment or they disappeared so quick, but there was about 10 orchids there, and they were sad. Do not buy a sad orchid unless it's well priced, because they won't mark these down. They never mark their orchids down here. So we didn't use our new traveling box, although I could have. This morning is very cold, but it's going to warm up and probably be 60 or 70 Fahrenheit. So that's good news. And it's kind of show and tell today. Yeah, we're going to have a kind of a different video today. And the first thing I want to tell you about is this orchid. Now this is a Oriental Smile Fantasy. Then it says ADAOS, and I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. But anyway, it's got a slight scent in the morning, and it is going to get repotted this year. It's in one of the famous paint cans. You can see the handle was here. This is one where just the metal was taken off. And here, there are small holes. I like the holes bigger. The other ones have bigger holes, but this one got the small holes. And it's been in here about 3 years, so when this is not flowering anymore, it's going to get repotted. So I'm keeping it in here because I just love looking at it. And it's just beautiful. And it seems to be lasting a long time, maybe a couple months, but I Googled it because it's hard to find someone else that has one. And if you have one, let me know. And it says, glorious colors of sky at sunset adorn this striking bouquet in symphonic brilliance of yellow and orange. I wouldn't say this is yellow and orange. It's kind of a red, but you know. Dark green of the canes and leaves adds to its striking beauty. Once it was a high-end product only meant for hobby specialists, and only a small number of growers purchased this variety. Well, when I ordered this, I ordered it from Forest View Gardens, and apparently one of my subscribers said that they're not in business anymore. And they didn't carry Phalaenopsis. The only place I've ever ordered from is them. And I got the 2 slipper orchids, 2 dendrobiums, this and the purple white one that's in the other room, and the Phalaenopsis Memorial Retig, it was called. and I had trouble with it. And Here But Not also had one, and he had trouble with his too. And also, I think because their specialty was slipper orchids, that the ones they did have were more, that was my only Phalaenopsis choice, but they were more to be raised like slipper orchids. And I have found, since I backed it off from the sun, it's much happier. So I think it's true. I thought, because quite often you read, oh, the thin-leafed orchids, they can take more sun, where the big wide-leafed orchids, they have a lot more like solar space, so they don't need as much sun. I don't know that that is true, but for that particular Phalaenopsis, they just want to be in the shade more, with just reflected light in the room. But anyway, and it says only a few people purchased this, and due to the ample flowering and high profits promoted more demand on the market. Now we produce them only on your order. Canes are thick and straight, and yes, they are. And when I repot them, I am going to stake them. I thought, oh, they were so beautiful hanging over the pot, and then they got bigger and bigger. So I'll probably, and I'll do that repot, but I'll probably work at it very slowly when I repot it and try and get some firm stakes in there to have it more upright. And it'll also take up less room in your house. So that's one thing I've learned that I won't do again. It's beautiful, but if you got lots of room, it is beautiful like that. But I find I'm just loving this, even if all my orchids are still in bloom, because they'll last like 4 months, but they say these last about 2 months. It says here also, the canes are thick, straight, and vigorous, making caring easy. It is a late bloomer, and with a control to bring blooming after February, new canes bear flowers. An arrangement can be gorgeous and can guarantee a high market value. If put into a pot bigger, the medium to large size are more expensive. So here it is. I'm going to even show you. This was January the 8th, 2017, and they were about 3 inches tall. And that's when I bought the 2 of them. So, and they weren't cheap, even that little. They were like $20-something. So I thought you might find that interesting. And yes, I'm enjoying them. So, you know, what if I got like close to 30 Phalaenopsis? And now I'm cautious what I buy. I'm not going to buy another one of the same color. I want something different. I want to try and find the great big gigantic one. And I'm probably going to order online. If you can recommend some place in BC or Canada that I can do that from, that would be nice, because I'm not sure where I'm going to order it from. And even if you have an idea of a second one I should order, I got 2 empty pots. And I'm being careful. But you know, if you haven't tried a dendrobium, the only thing is it never flowered. But they do like that drop to like 50 to 60 at night in the fall, and very little care. You don't have to water them. Once in a while I went out to the greenhouse and gave them a dribble. But even if you have a colder room or a basement or a garage where it doesn't freeze but it's cold and lots of light, they still like that light. You might want to try it. This is a Nobel dendrobium. So I wanted to share that with you. And then I want to show you the ZZ plant, because the ZZ plant has a flower and it's never flowered before. So I've kind of twisted it around so I can show you. And also, one year we picked up all these pipe cleaning things, Jack calls them. They're chenille stems also. Now, we paid nothing for them and haven't used them all this time. But I have found some uses for them, and I've been using them lately. And I'm going to show you 2 places where I'm using them. And, you know, might even use them on some of my garden stuff. So anyway, I want to get on with that. I want to take you out to the greenhouse to see what's happening out there and tell you a few things, have a little trip, and no time for any long stories today, but I probably could think of some if we were having coffee. Oh my God, because you know, Jack will say, I'll hear that another time. I know. I can't help it. Hard to get to talk to anybody anymore except on Skype, and you guys, you're my best friends. You're my YouTube friends. So, and thank you for the email. The email is oh dear. I'm going to put the email, I'm going to pin it underneath. I think it's Carolyn Orchid Friends at yandex.com. But I'll pin it right under this video. I've had over 400 and something emails. I enjoy them. I'm getting to know some people. We're starting to feel like close friends. And they tell me things that I need to know, and it's good. So one question I have, if anybody wants to tell me, I am deathly allergic to wasps, and so is my brother. And we're due to get our shots. Now, when you read about the people that died from getting their shots, quite often they're the people with high allergies or have had anaphylactic reactions to bee stings. So, do I or don't I get the shot? That is the question. Mom, she's not allergic to anything. She just got her first shot, flew through it, no problems, had a sore shoulder one night, really sore, she said, and that was it. She had no trouble. I don't know what to do. So if anybody has some educational ideas for me, let me know on my email. So let's go for that video, or it will be too long. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to show you a close-up of these dendrobiums first. They're so beautiful. What flowers give you such enjoyment as orchids, because they last so long, these ones. You know, you couldn't spend $20, $30 for an arrangement that just gets put in water and it's gone. And this is something you get to enjoy every year. Every year. And it's nice. Like, this is a new spike. It's nice watching the new ones. There's 3 new spikes coming down there. So, we will be repotting. Okay, let's look at the ZZ plant. Okay. I got a flashlight shining on it just for you. Isn't this something? See if I can get it better here. Ooh. Yeah. That's the flower. I haven't had one before. But this thing, I twisted it around because it was growing so vigorously where I had it before. And there's where Jack used a pipe cleaner. It worked good, doesn't hurt the plant. Not the perfect color. So, Let's go over here. They are all doing so well. Mom comes up, she says, I can't believe they last so good. But here's where I used another one. This leaf, it grew this winter and it's still growing. And you know, sometimes this isn't like a really big leaf, but sometimes you get one of the wide leaves and they're quite flimsy. And it wanted to fall down into this crevice. And I thought, well, till it firms up, I'm tying it back so that it will go here. And I think that's all I need to do, because if they're really limp, when sometimes a new leaf is, hi Maggie, you're a good girl, you're a good girl. Sometimes a new leaf is, then you can tie it till it firms up and it won't do that. This one's still beautiful. It's amazing. They're such wonderful things. Like this one was quite weak when it came out, and it hung, and now it's firm and hard, so I can't tie it back. But probably if I tied it back then to the stake, it probably would have stood more upright. And Moonglow, she lost a couple flowers, 2 or 3, but now she's getting another one. Another one coming there. One just opened. I call these the twins. They're not showing any signs yet, and here we are almost April. Of course, this is the one I broke one off of. Curious to see what it's going to do. And here's the one with the big leaf that I got so damaged. It may lose that leaf that I had to cut off, but I'm hoping it'll get 2 nice new ones this year. I love this color. It is beautiful. It's very Eastery looking. And up here, if you remember, I called this orchid early bird in this pot. And it has a spike coming in here. Right in that, between the leaves. Again, and it's already flowered. So I don't know what it is with these pots. And of course this one, they're still looking, they're getting a lot warmer sun through the window in the afternoons on a clear day. So pretty soon I'll probably take them off for the afternoon and then put them back. And that one has a second spike coming, a good one. And the misters, I only put on, like if it's raining, I won't put them on. I'll crack the window and we get plenty of humidity that way. But when it's not, then I put this on. And this keeps them, it's about, humidity's about 55 around here. It went up at least 5 degrees humidity, at least 5, when I turned these on this morning. So here's the other dendrobium. It's beautiful too, which I've sort of got on a stake. So this is in a very small pot. So when it gets repotted, it goes in probably the pot the other one's in, and I'm going to find a pot for that one. Because look at how long this is. Bought at the same time as the other one, but I'm going to try it. It's very firm and I don't want to break it. But I'm going to try. It's still growing on the end. I'm going to try and stake them up. And even if it's a little bit at a little time. So, and there's the slipper orchids I got from the same place. One is not doing so good, but this one seems to be doing really good. This is my table where I keep the ones that I'm kind of babying. And you can tell, yes, this is one I put in this sewer pot, and it struggled. It just had something wrong with it, and it wasn't as good as the rest. And you can see it struggled, and then it sent out this new leaf that was real small. That's a sign of stress. Now, I haven't ran and tried 20 different ways of growing orchids. I want mine in bark. They grow really hardy once they're settled. I'm just letting it do its thing. I make sure I mist it regular on the top every morning, which I haven't done today. And pretty soon you'll be getting new leaves, and you won't notice those leaves. They'll still help give goodness to the plant, but you won't notice them when it starts to grow new ones. And some just take longer, and you have to take patience. That doesn't happen no matter what you put them in overnight. It takes months when you get one that's sad. But it's going to be fine. It's going to adjust. Okay, so these are the ones I'm babying. Of course, this leaf I broke off one day watering a long time ago. The minis I found, for me, they don't last as long as the large fells. The basket's doing really well. They seem very happy in there. This is the big lip that I took the stem off, the spike off, so it will be hardier this year. And up here in the little traffic cone, this one has started to get more flowers, quite a few more. It's almost the same as this one. So, and of course this white one is loaded, and they're not showing any sign of slowing down. So now we are headed out to where probably this morning I'm going to put a few coats on and work on the eagle, and then after lunch it'll be nice and warm and I'll go outside and do some chores. So that's kind of, there's my coats. 1, 2, 3 layers. I usually have a sweater on underneath. But I put some tail, under the tail feathers, there's some small ones too. So I put them on, and I've gone all the way up to his neck, because when I'm going to do the wings before I do the head and down. So my next step is to sit and make all these feathers. And I did measure them, same as I did for the tail feathers. I measured the tail feathers. And so I'm doing them like the female's 2 feet, about 7 feet wingspan, and the male a little smaller. But there's my primaries and the secondaries, and I have my measurements. And I'll just sit at this table with my music on, and I'm going to make all the big feathers I need before I get started. Okay, let's go to the greenhouse. It's cold out here. It's 50 at the gazebo. And that's always warmer up there. It gets the sun quick. So we listen to the birds. Can you hear them? Yeah, spring is coming. Tulips are, this is how far along we are. Their tulips are just barely coming out of the ground. And I have all this cleanup to do. I have to get rid of all this debris in the front. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take too long. Okay, let's go in here. Okay. Oh, smokes. There's the ZZ. Yeah, geraniums have been bushing out, and I cut them all down early. I need to get the trailing ones down and trim the flowers off that are starting to come out. And I want to show you what I did to yesterday to the tomatoes. I come out and I use 2 sticks on my fingers. I push them way down into the pot, and then I get more soil and I fill up around them. And I've done that to all of these, and that helps them get more roots. And I use these 2 plastic sticks and I squish on each side, and that helps them get more roots. So I've done all these, but you see, I will pull some of these out, save the good ones if I have an empty pot where they're not growing. So tomatoes are up, and this is cauliflowers, because I want to make I want to freeze lots. They freeze so nice. And I want to ferment some. So then over here yesterday I started my cukes, my broccoli, cantaloupe, and watermelon. And over here the peppers are just starting to come up. They're slow, so they'll take a while. So look at this lemon tree. Now it has been in a full bloom. Flowers everywhere, just everywhere. So come spring, when our hose is unthawed and I can fill this pond again, I'll spray it with a light bit of Dr. Bonner's and lots of water. And if some fall off, that's okay because it's loaded, and get those leaves cleaned up. And believe it or not, they self-pollinate those lemons, but these oranges, they don't. And I have to walk the plank like this, and I have, oh, it smells beautiful. And I have to go in here and I have to rub them off, you know. Oh, that one fell off. And you have to do that. Ooh. I better not do that in talking. And here we got the cymbidium decided to send out, you know, nice stalk of flowers there. And over here the amaryllis, they're getting ready. They're coming up fast. As soon as that sun gets strong, out it comes. And don't look at the mess. What I do, I never added water all winter, and I watered from this pond. Now what happens is all these flower things, they fall in here and make a lot of mess. So as soon as I can, and these have dropped, then I'll come clean this all up. One nice day. And there's still more geraniums here. So that's what's happening out in the greenhouse. And let me see. Oh, I see a lemon. Oh, I'm going to have to pick that one soon. Okay. So it's not, it's like paradise. It's my paradise. And oh, it smells wonderful. And you can come and just relax out here and meditate, or just learn to enjoy the simple things in life, because really that's the most important part of life, the simple things. Okay? And I love you, and thanks for comments, and thanks for visiting my channel. Bye for now.